Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into this video, and for this video we're going to talk about what is tarot. And this is, if you're curious or don't know anything about tarot, this is a perfect video for you. So, I'm Richard Mabe from Richard's Healing Holistics. If anything interests you, please follow my social media, my other videos. And please, and if you're interested in anything that I'll do, like Reiki or tarot reading, please let me know, and we'll do that. So, for today, we're going to go for tarot. And what is tarot, and the difference between tarot cards, the misconceptions and considerations when using tarot cards. Okay, so with a brief history of tarot, card readings in general have been used for divination for many thousands of years, and used as a tool for many practices with practices such as meditation, witchcraft, readings, astrology, psychic mediumship, energy healing, numerology, past life work, and can be used for contacting spirits such as angels, demons, loved ones, and ancestors. So whatever path you follow, that's what the cards can be used for. Originally, tarot was used as a card game in the 16th century, only till about the late 1800s. That they were used for divination. Like with any spiritual practice, you have readers that have good, or you have other readers that have bad intentions. With card readings, they are a great way for understanding and giving guidance, but there are things you have to be careful when using cards. And like I say, I'm not trying to scare or anything. There are a couple of considerations, but there are more pros to more negatives towards using tarot cards. And before I do go, so what's the difference between a deck of tarot cards and oracle cards? So that's a tarot deck there, your standard 78 deck cards. This is your oracle cards. And your tarot decks. So what's the difference between the two? Well, there's not a yes or a no towards what is better to use. It's down to oneself, to what feels right, to what they use. Some people work better with using tarot, and others are better using oracle cards. And then there's others that can use both, depending what feels right. Me personally, I like to use oracle cards for more like meditation or using candles and all that. And I like to use tarot for general guidance and just general readings. But however, recently I've been using tarot for more like Reiki for guided meditation, because they give the stories. And I tend to find tarot gives a bit more information than oracle cards. And the pure difference as well is tarot cards are usually structured. Most commonly 78 cards, but some might have more, some might have less. And you've got 22 major arcana cards. So these are your 22 major arcana cards. So the major arcanas are usually more long-term reading, so the outcome's more long-term, or if you're reading a past, it's more long-term, and it's just general things, depending what the card is. And then you have the 56 minor arcana cards, which, pentacles. So that works with more like finances, career directions. And this is more based on the earth element. And then you have cups, which is your emotions and compassion. And cups are water. And then you have the wands, suit of wands. And that relates to more fire. That's about outgoing. That's about more. It's more about within yourself. What you can do going forward. What's your magic side, basically, like what wands say. Outgoing as well. And then we've got swords. Suit of swords. Oh yeah, and what wands is related to fire. Now we've got swords. Suit of swords. And with swords, it's related to strength, courage. And it can really tell a lot about you deeply. I will go through each suit more later date. But with swords, it's related to air, and it can have a harsher tone to it compared to all the other suits. Pentacles can have a bit more harsher background to it, but not as harsh as swords. And depending what your other cards have as well. And oracle cards can vary with the amount of cards they have. Some might have 20, some might have 30, others might have 110 or something. And they're usually not structured like tarot. But the outline is they both could be used for divination. And you can get tarot cards that are more... comes across more oracle based, but the structure is tarot, like this one here. The psychic tarot for the heart oracle deck. So it's structured as tarot, but the cards come out more oracle. And this one here is actually 67 cards, and this one's an unusual one as well, where 99% of tarot decks are 5 suited. That one's actually 6, and it doesn't actually have a court card, so it doesn't have your page of wands or your page, knights, kings, and queens in that deck. But it has your major arcana cards, then your pip cards, and then your chakra cards, which is your 6th suit. But that's a really unusual one, but it's a really effective deck. So that's your like tarot oracle hybrid. So that's a brief outline to what's the difference between tarot and oracle. I'm just going to go through some of the misconceptions with tarot, because there's a lot of myths and a lot of things that need to be debunked. So the first misconception is receiving your first deck. A lot of people say, a lot of sources will say, you have to be given your first deck. That's absolutely nonsense. Whatever you feel drawn to and whatever you feel comfortable with. And same with oracle cards as well. You don't need to be giving it to you. It's more of a personal choice. You do what feels right. Usually what I say is for beginners, it's a standard Rider's Waite deck. So you can get a feel for the cards and understand them, and then go for your more fancier cards to what's more personal to you. I've got many decks, but there's some that I'm really like on a personal level. Okay, so cards such as Death, Devil, Tower, Ten of Swords. They have and what is it? The Knight of Swords as well. They have a reputation of being the bad cards. There's no good or bad cards. They all have a positive or a negative outcome. Some might come across more negative than positive, but it depends how you read the card and interpret the card. And I say each readers will read differently. You'll never get two readers that will read exactly the same. They'll read something similar, but they will never read differently. And the death card doesn't mean death. It just means rebirth, shedding skin, or need to move forward with a better prospect. And with the devil, it doesn't mean, oh yeah, a big demon will come and haunt you or anything like that. It just means it's okay to let your hair down. And just be cautious what you step forward to. Just be cautious. And with the tower, it can just mean letting go and just, letting go and starting again. Ten of Swords can represent you just need a bit more settling. You've got a lot of baggage on you at the moment, and you might just need to just settle things down a little bit. Okay, predicting the future. Depending on the individual, or if you're a psychic medium, the cards cannot predict the future. They can give you guidance. And we all have fate, and we all have ways to do our future. Remember, you are the captain of your own ship. And as I say, when somebody predicts a future for you, that's a guidance to let you be aware of something, or something you need to change, or how you're going to interpret or judge the future. Because like with any spiritual practices, like with Reiki, tarot readings, Anusha, past life readings, or colour readings, or whatever, all it takes is 5 seconds after your reading and you can just change the future. Just think of Terminator, like Terminator 2 with Judgment Day. Just because they stopped it, it doesn't mean it will happen again in the future. Like in Terminator 3. And things can change very quickly. Tarot card is used for cursing and hexing. Okay. Tarot cards are just basically printed cards, printed off of a cardboard. But however, like when you touch a tree, you feel the tree's energy. So these are made out of card. They're probably from a tree. As soon as you touch the tarot card, depending who actually handled the tarot card whilst making these or printing them, they probably won't have any energy with them until you touch the card, and then that energy goes into them. And on a very, very rare occasion, somebody with a low vibration or very bad energy, they can influence their cards, but they can't really do anything with them unless they have that bad intentions to cause a cursing or hexing. But that is very, very rare. If you spread ill intentions like that, be prepared to have fate and karma come back to you. So tarot cards are never cursed or hexed unless the person has ill intentions or bad vibrations or bad energy, then that energy will store into the cards. That's why you have to be so careful how you handle the tarot cards, or who you give the cards to. I'll mention in a bit another story at a later date. But yeah, a lot of the time you'll probably find a psychic or medium or a tarot reader. They'll have good intentions to bring you comfort. But there are some that do have ill intentions. You have to follow certain spreads or rules. No, there isn't. The more guidance, I usually go for the Gypsy 9-card spread, past, present, future. But you can make your own spreads if you really want, to whatever you feels right and how you want to do it. Me personally, I make them up, so and do what feels right. Lover's card means true love. No, lover's card means it can mean self-love or something you do actually love, but it can also mean choices. Are you doing something that feels right, or are you going with what ego tells you? It can mean about growth as well. So you might have just come out of a relationship, the lover's card comes up, and it's time to start growing. It's time to start finding yourself and start with self-love. It can mean about forgiveness, compassion. But it can also help determine a soulmate connection, because soulmate's not always about romantic partners. But if you believe in the twin flame connection, a lover's card always can represent a twin flame connection, which is a deeper sort of meaning too. Okay, so there are some considerations to take when buying a tarot deck. When buying a tarot deck, there's things you should consider. And when using cards for divination work, especially second hand, or if they're given to you, you should always cleanse your deck. Just like with crystals or incense sticks or anything that you handle, you should always cleanse it. And you can cleanse it as simple as a bit of sage. You can... And if you've got no tools with you, or you can't for whatever reason, a nice quick way to cleanse them. Knock on each side 3 times and blow on them. Get rid of their bad energy. You can cleanse them under the full moon, charge them under the full moon. You can use selenite crystal, you can use clear quartz. I use clear quartz on my tarot decks all the time, put them on top during readings. Or you can even use a black tourmaline crystal, protect them and surround your space, protect your space. You can even use salt as well. The only thing I'll recommend is don't use water, because they'll get soggy and paint will come off. So yeah, water's a no-no. And you can even use them under the sun, but don't give them too much sunlight, because the paint can start fading. And you should cleanse them after each reading, or before you start reading. The 3 knocks do nicely. And also sound does nicely as well. Put them in sound bulb, ding, done. And also always protect yourself when doing a tarot reading. Because like using like a Ouija board or a pendulum board, you don't know what you could bring to you. So protect yourself. So protective crystal like tourmaline, that'll be great. Okay, so one thing you need to be careful of when using tarot decks is when you let others use your tarot decks. Very, very rarely something bad can happen, or black magic can happen. But what can happen is And this happened a few years ago. Well, somebody I knew, we met up with somebody, and this person we met up just had very bad vibrations. What person I knew, what they did was they gave their deck to the person we met up, and the person we met up, they shuffled the deck. The Two of Swords came out, and when they gave the deck back, the person I was with, they handled it, and the person we were meeting hexed the person I was with, and that's because they kept on drawing out the Two of Swords, and they were just getting bad energy, bad readings, and yeah, the person is hexed, and that's because when you give the card away, the person put the bad intentions, the bad energy into the cards, drew out the card, and that was a sign that I put a bit of black magic on. But as I say, that is very, very rare. That doesn't actually happen often. But as I say, just be careful when you do handle cards, because not so much they'll bring in bad intentions, but the bad energy might store into the card, or the energy stores into the card, and you might not give a sufficient reading for future. So that's why you always got to cleanse the cards. But that hexing situation or cursing situation is very, very rare. And as I say, every time you do let somebody handle your card, 8, 9 out of 10 times nothing will happen. But that one occasion, just be very mindful when you do let people handle your cards. And when you do the readings for other people, there's no set rules. Some people go by the book. I don't personally. Just go what feels right. You can look at the numbers. You can look at the pictures, colours. And also, each card has an astrological meaning. And each card is actually linked to each chakra. So some people do readings by that way as well. And some people just use it purely as a tool, as a bridge almost. So that's my brief outline of what tarot is for beginners. Hope you enjoy this video, and please like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and follow my social media. And please message me about anything, any questions. And yeah, I'm Mr. Mo from r.healingholistics, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.